Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm doing quite well. Thank you. It's Friday. Fuck yeah, Fridays. Friday fun time. Fridays are awesome. Fridays. I'm not a TGIF person, though. I hear too many people say that. It's lost all meaning. I work with a lot of people that use TGIF, and it's just like, now I hear it, and I'm like, Jesus, fuck. Just shouldn't that have died in like 1998? Thank God TGIF. I know what it means. Why don't you just say Happy Friday or something? You know? Something like that. Sorry I murdered your speakers, by the way. I didn't realize. I thought I started the... I usually always start the music at the same time, and I didn't do that today. So it is what it is. And if you don't like it, well, I'm sorry. You can send me... the bill. So I hope you guys are doing good. We are going to just chill out for a little bit and wait for some of the fellas to trickle in. If you're in the chat already, say what's up. Say hi. Nice. I have my Coca-Cola, and I'm going to hang out with the Rumblebee here. The Rumblebee, this is just an ordinary ass Ibanez RG that I went pretty crazy on as far as like... I went pretty crazy on it with mods and stuff, and it was garbage pickups, garbage pickup layout. I didn't like anything that it had going on, so I turned it into a single hum. Hey, what's going on, Pedro? How are you, my friend? So what we got going on here? Hold on. Nice. Okay, this song here, this guitar is tuned in B flat, and I'm going to turn this down just a pinch, because we are going to be playing some songs. Well, not songs. We're going to be riffing out a bit. All right. Check. I guess I clipped a whole bunch of shit when I don't know. I guess I clipped it at some point. I think I dropped. Yeah, I know exactly when it happened. Never mind. I dropped my cable after I plugged it into the interface, but yeah. Anyways. So yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. I'm so excited that it's Friday. And one reason I'm excited is it's also Super Bowl weekend. Who's not excited about Super Bowl weekend? Yeah, even most people I know that don't even watch football at all. Even when I was watching football a lot less, I still cared about watching the Super Bowl. And why not? It's an excuse to get together with your friends, for those of you that are from North America. If you're not from North America, I know that football is starting to catch on in a lot of countries. Apparently Brazil this year. That's pretty cool. What are we doing today? Well, this is going to be all about the rectifier, brother. And it's going to be all about the Rectum Fryer Mesa-Boogie, the age-old dual rectifier, or perhaps triple rectifier. And these are famous amps. They are famous for about a billion different genres. Most notably, and hate me if you want it, but when I think Mesa-Boogie Dual Rectifier, I actually don't think metal first. I think skate punk, and I think hard rock, and I think melodic rock, and I think all kinds of modern rock, basically. That's the first things, and then I go to the metal. Now, actually, even before that, I'll go to hardcore. Hardcore metal. I mean, arguably, some might not again disagree with me here, but I mean, hardcore's part of the metal family. So we'll just say it's like hardcore is another thing that definitely the diamond plated wonder is known for. And then I would go to like death metal and stuff like that, because I'll be honest with you, I struggle to find. I really have to think about death metal bands that use the dual rec, whereas I can just rattle off a whole bunch of different bands from those other genres. So I mean, let me know in the comments throughout. Let me know what's up, and let me know if what's your favorite rectifier backed band, famously used by many different rock bands, including Creed. Yeah, no, I'm not a huge Creed fan, but yeah, you cannot lie and say that Mark Tremonti, even though Creed is super fucking lame, Alter Bridge, not that bad. Not that bad. They're really not. Nothing wrong with Alter Bridge. Fantastic singer. Mark Tremonti's, his tone, man, like, his tone. And you might be thinking, no, he uses he uses a Paul Reed Smith MT 100. Nope. Yeah, nope. I'm talking about vintage. And for a very, very long time before he had his own amp, he used rectifiers. And then he would use, for his clean tones, he would use a Fender Twin. And that was for many years actually like my dream rig. To have the cleans of a Fender Twin, and then to have a rectifier sitting on top of a 412, a Mesa-Boogie 412 oversized cab. Man, you cannot say enough good things about those two combined. Now, what are we doing? The first plugin, you might be looking at it going, what are we looking at here? I've never seen that plugin before. And there's a reason you've never seen it before. The reason you've never seen it before is because it's pretty much brand new. And this is from a brand new company and a brand new developer that I had the pleasure of having a chat with just the other day. And I was actually really happy about this chat with this developer. And I'll tell you why throughout the testing of this plugin. But first, let me say thank you so much to WAVEMIND for this plugin. And thanks to the guys on the team here for bringing it to my attention, as they always do. Everyone on the team here has our ear to the ground and our finger on the pulse. You will not get a release by us. We will hear about everything. And if we haven't, bring it to our attention. It's not too hard to get in touch. And if you're out there and you're watching this and you're not part of the team, you're just like, you're out there just chilling out and you're like, man, I don't know if these guys have heard of this. Ask us in a stream or tell us in a stream. Have you guys heard of this? It absolutely rips. Tell us so we can all grow together. Now, this guitar has been a bit finicky about staying in tune, so we're going to see what's up. Okay, left to right. Now, let's go. First, we're going to start with the paid software from WAVEMIND. And then we're going to move on to something else. They have some freeware as well, and it's good freeware. It's good freeware. Oh my gosh, is it ever good? Now, let's go from left to right as we love to do here. Go through the features. Love to go through the fucking panels. Okay. All right, on the left, we have the X drive. This is modeled from the Maxon 808X, my personal favorite of the, one of my personal top three, I should say. Top three favorite tube screamers all time. So immediately, I've got a lot of experience with this pedal. I used it in my rig for a very long time. And my others, if you're curious, the Protone Dead Horse is a behemoth. And then, of course, the Eris Savage Drive. Those are my three favoritist tube screamers. Apart from the Old Greenie. Old Greenie, there's nothing... I'll be honest with you. I can make most tube screamers work. And this one is a very, very well-modeled version of... it's very nicely modeled. Superbly modeled. And over here, we have the 66, a.k.a. one knob boosty McBoosterton, and it's kind of like your Fortin. It's your Fortin 33 pedal. And a lot of people really dig these one knob boosts. And if you dig, this is a great segue. By the way, if you dig one knob boosts, get ready because the sword is coming at you and it's coming to get you. That's the plugin that we're doing with Audiority. And it is going to be fantastic. It's your own customizable one knob boost. It is going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to debut that. We'll be talking with Luca about that next weekend here on the show, on the channel. We'll talk it. Okay, moving along. We have the amp itself. This is a dual rectifier, and it is a very nicely modeled dual rectifier. Now, here's what I like. He didn't try to just jam it all right in. He didn't just try to jam it all on the front. I love when developers do a back panel, and boy did he ever. Boom, it's a black, well it is black, but a back panel. Now, if you had tried this before today, he has done the resizable Vector UI, and if you had used it before today, you will have been a bit frustrated by the smallness. It's a it's a very small. And I used it yesterday. In fact, I have not used it like this at all. He's done two things to fix this plugin from the version I used yesterday. There was an incredibly high CPU resources required. It was a bit of a beast. He has since, by what I'm looking, Oh, let me see. I don't have it activated. And you're like, whoa, that's a lot of plugins. Yeah, we'll see what's going on later. Hello. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Yeah, he has definitely cut down. It's cut it in half, in fact. So that's great. So I'm going to close that for now. And I have... we're going to see where this goes because I am trying to operate with as little latency as possible. But I'm also trying not to get some clippy clippertons going on here. Let's see what we got. That's a bit too much level there. I'm a bit hot coming in. Muscular. We're going to test it with some metals first, and then I'm going to go and grab another guitar that's in a bit of more of a kind of... it's got Fishman's in it as well, actually. This has a Fishman Ryan Bruce... a Fishman Fluence Modern Ryan Bruce signature. Whoa, yay! I got it all in one there. When you're trying to say the full names, like the Matt Heafy signature Fishman Fluence Modern... You know, it's just a lot going on in there. But nonetheless, this Fishman pickup, I'm still not 100% sold on this one. I'm also still kind of toying with where I've got it set up. By the way, in the background currently is the MCM Universe streaming playlist, and it's going all the time. And this is actually a project of mine that Eddie kind of likes. Manuel doesn't mind it either. Skullverizer as it's called. This is being real finicky today. And I have the bridge blocked, by the way. This has got a tremolo on it. It's not going anywhere. So you'll notice the back here. You can actually change from 6L6 to EL34, which is not something you see in every rectifier. That's not, but thank you. I appreciate that. So you can give it a bit of a different tube voicing if you'd like. We're going to go back to the front of the amp. Boom, there it is. Hi. Fantastico. All right, now we're going to move along. Now, there's also a piece of freeware that's just this cabinet section right here. And it's awesome. It's lively. It's only an SM57 right now, but the developer tells me that he is working on adding, pardon me, the developer's working hard, and he wants to add constantly. So with updates, you're going to get free updates eventually that are going to be, this is going to be, you know, he's going to add your average, 414 and your 421, and he's going to give you the industry standard. So he's also looking into some other stuff. Now, having talked to this guy, I'm impressed. And I hate to say this out loud, but I'm going to say it. There are a lot of new developers popping up right now, and it's this particular company, WaveMind, speaking with him, all I'm going to say is his outlook and the way he does things is a breath of fresh air. It's a breath of fresh air that, I'll be honest with you, is becoming a bit more and more rare as we go. Now, his outlook is very simple. He is modeling his favorite. He wants to model his favorite gear, all his bucket list gear. And this guy is, he is doing this all himself. This is his coding. It's not subcontracted out anywhere. It's nothing like that. This is his own baby. And I can respect that. I definitely respect that 100%. I very much enjoyed chatting with the developer. Really, really impressed. I love his outlook. I cannot wait to see what else he comes with. Okay. Now we have the cabinet section, as mentioned. Then we have a very modest post effect section here that's got delay, chorus, and an EQ here. Fantastico. We're not going to use that today because, as you guys know, I'm not really a big post effects guy. We'll try it out, but I mean, I'm not going to typically use that. So what I do have going right now is I have the X drive, and I'm excited about the X drive, and we're just going to kind of piddle around with this a little bit more. I will cough occasionally, and I apologize for it. So let's get to some riffage. I love that riff so much. I love it. I love that riff. It's been in my head nonstop recently, and I learned how to play it, and I love playing the riff. I love playing the song. I'm going to learn the faster part probably this weekend as we go. And I'm really enjoying this. It's got that rectifier beefiness. I like it. It sounds awesome. And I think you guys are going to dig it as well. Now let's go to the back for a sec. Now you'll notice here that we've got, now I'm really going to have to make this bigger. Sorry for the audio, the weirdness that creates maybe. So we've got red to vintage, orange to modern. Okay. So we're going to go with we're going to go orange to modern. Okay, we're going to go with bold. And I actually kind of want to go with the diodes, not the vacuum tubes on this one. So I am going to go back and see what we have here. I knew that was going to be louder. So good. I decided to try the B flat just for the start of this because of Cannibal Corpse, and they play in B flat and they use rectifiers, and I wonder how the developer would feel about putting a metal zone out front and giving it that Cannibal Corpse touch. We could do that at some point in the stream. I am going to go over now. The reason I'm deciding to try this out with a bunch of other rectifiers is I want to see how it stacks up. And I'm sure the developer doesn't mind knowing that as well. I'm sure that the developer has been out there and he's tried a lot of the rectifier plugins out there before going to bat on this one. And it's a bold choice because there are a fair few rectifiers out there right now. And let's be honest, there are a few good ones. There's a few gooders out there right now. And they're all very different though. That's why it bugs me when you see the comment like, oh, another one of those amps. It's like, we don't need any more 5150. Yeah, we do. We still need 5150s. Bring it. If you think you can elevate the current level that has been set for a certain amp, then you go for that. If you're not intending on pushing where other developers have kind of set the bar for that particular piece of gear, if you're not intending on at least going after that and at least grabbing at it a little bit, why bother? Why bother putting out a plugin at all based on a certain amp if you know that what you're releasing is inferior at the drop? You know it. You know it's inferior at the drop of a hat. From the first step, if you've tried the other stuff and you know that yours isn't quite that good and you're not going to try to elevate that, I honestly question why take a stab at the amp at all or the piece of gear. But that's just me. You can come after me for it. I don't mind. Discuss in the comments. By the way, we'll delete comments if they're like anything that comes at us that's bullshit, this and that. I don't have time to deal with that. You want to go at each other in the comments, go for it. You want to come at me with a debate? Absolutely. But I will tell you any day of the week that I would say, instead of going after a piece of gear that's already been really, really hammered down to where it's like, and you know that you don't have the resources to quite get it up there, then how about setting the bar of your own with another piece of gear that hasn't really been done a lot yet? And in this case, this developer said, you know what? I see what you're offering out there, but I want to take a stab at this rectifier. And he did it well. He took a good stab. It's a safer play because people know the amp. And in this case, it's also, you're swinging with some big dogs when you come in with a rectifier at this point, right? All right, let's go back. And that's the thing. A lot of people might be a bit thrown off by the rectifier, because that's the other thing about it, is when you're using it for metal, you absolutely have to use a tube screamer for starters. There's no way around it with the rectifier. If you're playing hard rock, hardcore arguably, a few other things that don't require it to be as tight, this amp for metal needs to be dialed in to precision. It's not a set it and forget it amp either. You're going to come in there with a different guitar from the last time you set it up. It's going to take some tweaks. This is a tweaking amp, and if it's done right, then it's going to take some tweaking, right? And that was the problem. It was like there's this want for convenience, but there's also this want for complex amps. It's really tough, because if you're a developer and you release a kind of an amp that requires some, like for example, Neural DSP and the Mark, the Mark 2C Plus, that one, it's a tough amp to dial in. And if you're a brand new user, I'm going to say that maybe the rectifier isn't, it's a tough place to get started. 5150, great place to get started. But this bad boy, it takes a little bit, it's going to take a bit more of a tweaker's touch. Also not difficult if it's an authentic and realistic representation of the piece of gear. Remember, you don't have to look up settings for the particular plugin. You can go to YouTube and you can look up the analog settings that dudes are using, or ladies are using, or any players are using. People using that amp. There's a lot for the rectifier, for example. There's a lot out there that shows you how to sound like your favorite band using rectifier. So there's a lot out there, and you can use those, apply those settings, and then you start learning your way around the amp a lot more. So even if there's not presets, in this case, there are no presets available, and I'm not really, I'm not sure. Maybe that's down the pipe. I do suggest, that's one thing I'll say that I'm looking at. I would like to see some presets with something like this. It is a more complex amp to dial in. So let's continue to see what we can get out of it though. That's out of tune. I'm having a tough time with this one. Also because I'm just hammering on it for some reason. Like, chill out, bro. I'm actually going to get a little bit more aggressive with my tube screamer settings here. Yeah, let's try. I want to try this. I haven't really given it much. See, here's the problem. I'm not a real big fan of the Fortin one knob pedals. That's one thing about one knob boosts, is they are either you like it or you don't like it, because they're meant to boost or accent certain frequencies, and either you like what it does or you don't, and there's no way around it. There's no way to change that. So with me, I like it, but I tend to like to kind of dial it back a little bit more and stack it with something that's also dialed back. I find that's a really nice way to use those Fortin one knobs. So in this case, it's cool that you can kind of stack it, but it would be kind of cool to be able to reverse the order of the pedals, so that if you wanted to use them like kind of swapped, that would be kind of kick-ass. Hold on. Why? That's one thing about this guitar, is that when I changed it to, I didn't do the intonation, and I'm kind of needing to. So I may take a break here and just grab something else, and just so we can kind of get a little bit more to the meat of the plugin. All right, so I'll be right back. Give me one moment to switch up the guitars. Hi, I am back. And I am giving you the screen instead, so you guys can have the screen and see kind of more of what's going on. This is a high quality looking and operating plugin. I like the way this guy does things, and I like I said, I like where things are going, and it's nice. It's refreshing. Like I said, it's refreshing to see. Geez, I don't want to anger anyone, but it's just nice to see another kind of one-man operation that's doing things the right way, modeling from analog. I'm getting kind of tired of seeing these plugins come out that are essentially just a profile that's got a face on it, and it's just not the full range of the actual piece of gear. And it's just refreshing to see somebody come in with this ideal of just doing things from analog, you know, coding from and doing it right, like the big boys. All right, let's see what we got here. That sounds way better. That Ryan Bruce pickup is not for me. It's just not. The Matt Heafy set of Fluence Moderns, however, is lovely, wonderful. But the Ryan Bruce pickup, I've given it a shot in a couple different guitars, a couple different tunings. I like it. It's decent, but it's just not really for me. I think I'm going to go and just spring for the Jupiter rail from Seymour Duncan. I'm just going to spring for it. I'm going to sell off the Ryan Bruce fluff pickup and just pick up. I've been doing that for just such a long time, swapping, you know, just like buying and then, you know, kind of buying and selling pickups. So many used pickups you can buy on Reverb. Pardon me. I'm not going to stop playing that riff for a long time. I hope you guys understand that. I hope that's okay. What else do we have on the schedule? We'll say. What do we have in the list? This is a big list. We're not going to get to all these. I just throw stuff in here. We're going to show you the freeware that be non-rectifier related, but I'm going to kind of show you the X drive here. And this is, the Forte Boost 22 pedal. I said the 66 earlier, and it's not. It's the Forte Boost 22 pedal. My bad. My mistake. I apologize. Now we also have a free version of the X Drive. Get this right now. Get it. It's free and it's fucking awesome. It's really good. Get it ASAP. It is worth your time and it's certainly worth your $0.00. Get it. So I'm going to pair it at some point in the stream with the L12X here, because this is just such a good piece of freeware and such a great amp sim for spotting not only crappy plugin pedal plugins, but also crappy IRs. It's really good at sniffing those out. And so I like to tend to use things. And when I used it with the X Drive and the cab suite here, it exploded. It was such a good tone, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. This is the free cab from WAVEMIND as well. Super impressive. And as mentioned, he is going to be adding. I'm not sure what the situation would be if he's just going to add the mics to the amp SUITE REV F, or if he's going to be adding it to the freeware as well. I'm not sure. I'm going to get that, hopefully get that answer from him at some point. So that'd be great. Actually, that brought something up. So this thing is awesome. Like I said, it's just an SM57, but I will tell you right now that if you need more than a 57 to get a good guitar tone, you just don't have it. I'm sorry, kid. You just don't got it. You don't have to like the 57 the best, you don't have to think it's the best. What I'm saying is, if you're not capable, if you're like, If you need like a 414 and like, I just need my 414 and like my 420 on. No, if you can't get a great guitar tone with two 57s on the same cabinet, I'm sorry, you just don't got it, kid. You just don't got it. And I'm telling you, I've never seen a mic used more on guitar in my entire life. I've been in just hundreds of scenarios, and it was always a 57. There's always one involved. Okay, that being said, no complaints. It's free. Go get it. Absolutely get it. I'll show you why later. And now, amp box. And we're like, well, that's 5150. Yeah, it is. Hold on. Rectifier. Boom. This is one of my favorite rectifiers, if not my current favorite on the entire market. This is the Mercurial Audio Dual Rectifier solo head. Superb. No rear panel, but not everybody's. I like that. That's a different thing about WAVEMIND, is that they're going to do back panels. You don't always see it, and you just don't. I like that. Thank you for that. It's refreshing. Again, refreshing. It's different. Not a lot of companies doing that. Ignite used to do that, and then they did it on. They did it on a whole bunch of their old plugins, but not so much the new stuff. I think it's terrific, though. Wonderful. Also on the list, the STL Tonality, Josh Middleton. Speaking of Ignite amps, and you might be thinking, that's also a 50 watt. Yeah, hang on, bro. There's an amazing rectifier in here, and it is, again, one of my favorites. And something that you've probably never heard of before or never seen, and this is amplification rectifier. And this is from Kuasa, and you might not have heard of this company, but I can promise that you should go check them out. You will not regret it. Amazing, high quality, premium stuff for super, super low prices. And these guys absolutely fucking rock. Freeware. As far as I know, still the only real good freeware rectifier out there is the old school Poulen's. Wow, it says Poulen's plugins. That's interesting. Lecto from Le Poulin or Poulin. And this thing still rips. It still sounds pretty good. It's starting just now to show its age. You can hear, it's just starting to hear it. And but I'm just telling you right now that this thing is awesome. It still rips, no problem. And we'll get there eventually as well. And back to the WAVEMIND Engineering. That's fun. That should be the company name instead of don't use a DSP name. Those are all WAVEMIND Engineering. That's pretty. I know it's like a play on the words here, but. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, this is awesome. This is a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10. It's going to be like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 when it's all finished. And I say when it's not quite finished because he's told me it's still a work in progress. I love that he solved the resource issues though. And that was it was high, real high. And he figured it out. And all of a sudden we are in business here. This thing is not using a whole heck of a lot at this point, and but now, man, I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna try to stack these for a second though, just for fun. That click, by the way, is not in the plugin. That click was because I'm asking it to do something else, and so don't think it's because I'm trying to use the smallest amount of latency possible, and here's where we're at. Now stacking those two, woo-wee. So that's the thing. That is exactly where the rectifier has always kind of started to kind of gets a little bit crazy when you start throwing way too much at it. for stuff like hardcore, for rock, and so on. I mean, I'm not saying it can't do that. It can, but you just, again, we have to talk about the dialing of things in. I noticed that as soon as I'm doing that, my low end is starting to kind of get a little bit bloaty McBloater. So let's try to dial a bit more back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's where it's at. This is amazing. This is a really, really good plugin, guys. I'm excited about this company, as I've mentioned several times, because I'm excited. So yeah, I'm going to get charged up about something. I'm going to get charged up. We should be charged up about a new developer that's bringing the heat like this. It leaves me waiting. It brings me back to when, like, in the very early... Now, I'm not saying I'm not always excited about a neural DSP release. But I can remember the feeling really early on after trying Nameless Suite. And, like, holy, I cannot wait to see what comes next from this company. And then, of course, just banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. And same thing with STL Tones. It's same thing with a lot of different companies that, you know, Nembrini Audio. It just seems like every time they put something out, it's just, it's awesome. In this case, it's nice to get a newer developer so that I can be really, really curious about what's next, what's coming next. You know, because once you start to get to know developers, I'm not saying it's predictable what they're going to do next. And just saying that now, once you get to know how they kind of, what ground they're trying to cover and everything else, you know, you just get comfortable with what they're doing and you understand the kind of what they're gonna, kind of their target. You know, with this, it's different. I would like to see what's next, because if this guy is going from his bucket list of gear, I want to know what's on your bucket list, buddy. No problem. What's going on, Bo? We're having a good time. We've been rolling for about, I don't know, 40 minutes or something like that now, but I am in no rush to be fucking anywhere right now. Oh, it's so good. Now let's go to the other channel. Pow. Scoopsies. The scoop. Oh, this is good. It's good. It's good. It's real good. I would put this up against any rectifier in on the market right now. And for some, this might be your favorite because of the way it's laid out. They did the back panel, and I mean, not everything on the back panel is fully operational or anything like that. But like, I mean, for what you actually use, you're going to need, like, you're not going to need to plug the old. You're not going to need to, you know, move your cabinet over to the 16 ohm or anything like that. So it's not a big deal to me. Man, I couldn't be more excited about this plugin because it's really good. No, the ground switch is not going to work. God damn! Why couldn't he put the ground switch? Sorry. Whoa, that was a little out of tune. We'll fix that. When I think rectifiers, I honestly think bands like Hatebreed and stuff like that. I think about No Use for a Name. Tell me in the comments, what's your favorite rectifier band? And I say rectifier band, and I mean, like we had the talk at the top of the stream here. It's like, yeah, I'm a big fan of Mark Tremonti. I'm not a big fan of Creed, but one thing about Creed and Nickelback is if I'm not listening to the vocals at all, if the vocals just never ever came in on either of those bands, you might actually get some good listening. Some of the music those guys put out is not bad. It's just the music, that fucking singing just throws it for shit. But I'll actually listen to the new anytime Nickelback or any of those bands put out an album, I'll usually listen to a few songs off it just to listen to how good it's produced. It's so big. And I don't know how, I'm not sure. Like, Nickelback just has this way of making rectifiers sound really, really good. I mean, I'm going to have to actually look that up. I want to go and look up and save some of, like, I'm going to go look up some classic rectifier settings and throw them in and save them as some presets here. I think that's going to be funny, too. Yes, Rammstein. Yes, another ultimate rectifier band. Eduardo, nice to see you. This is going to be a good stream. I can just feel it. I can. It's going to be, man, Super Bowl weekend. Fuck yeah. Woo! Very excited about the Super Bowl this weekend. And I'm sorry that I thought my limiter would catch that, but I guess it didn't. I'm having some clipping issues. Oh, God. So, yeah, this is the back panel, and I'm looking through, and like I said, it's just like, yeah, it's so squinty, it's so small, I can't see it. I'm gonna have to make it bigger. Okay. Oh, God. These bubbles aren't fake, folks. My eyes are complete shit. Complete shit. The Puppy Bowl. It's the Corpse. Yeah. Corpse they're another band that has just some sort of way of making them sound really, really good. And I mean, part of that I hate is part of that is the Metal Zone. Are they still actually using Metal Zones live? That's bad. That's fucking bananas. I remember laughing before I knew that. Oh, pardon me. Before I knew that that's what Cannibal Corpse was doing, I remember I booked a show for a band, and they were called The Cloak. And one of they were so bad, such a bad. As a promoter, I had to listen to so many bad bands, and this was one of the worst bands I ever heard. And the guitar player was using a Metal Zone into a dual rectifier. And it became like part of the sideshow. Like, you gotta see this fucking guy. He's using a fucking Metal Zone into a fucking dual rectifier. And then my buddy, who's like this bold guy, he walks right up to the front of the stage and he's just like out loud. He's like, yeah, he fucking is too. He's using a fucking he's fucking using a Metal Zone. Look at this fucking guy. Like, and the guy was on stage and he didn't seem to appreciate all the fun we were making of him, but his tone actually wasn't that bad. The band was horrible, but his tone wasn't actually that bad. And I guess now I know why he was probably doing it. He didn't tell us, like, yeah, I'm doing it because Corpse. He could have ended the argument right there. But nope, he didn't. The Puppy Bowl has been on? I don't know what you're saying to me. What's the Puppy Bowl? What did I miss? Do I have a puppy? I don't know. We have a dog now? I'm not sure. I don't think we have a dog now. That would be something that would happen when the missus was on a trip or something. She'd come home and I'd be like, sorry, we have a dog now. That would never happen. We just can't. We don't have enough space for another animal in this house, big or small. Okay, I got you now. I am addicted to that fucking riff, though. I know I'm playing it wrong. It's so good. So good! That's World of Shit, by the way. I gotta fix my settings here. I'm clipping all over the goddamn place. I'm goddamn clipping all over the place. I just get too close because I get too excited and end up with the fucking mic living up my nose. You could use some more guitar volume? Really? Like, seriously? Okay, I can do that. Better? Oh, I missed it. I missed it there. I'm listening to Raised Fist in the background, by the way. That's another band where it's either you love or hate the singer. Although I quite enjoy him. I get it why some people don't. It cuts glass. All right, let's move on to the... Just for a second. I want to move around a little bit on... and I'm going to show you guys the freeware. Check this out. Okay, so we're going to get the X drive. We're going to get the L12X popping. And then we're going to get this simple cab suite right here. So this is all free. Everything you're hearing right now is completely free. This is the X drive. The settings I'm using right there. The L12X. Settings I'm using right there. And the cab suite and the settings I'm using right there. So I'm going to bring this back until I don't blast you guys in the ears. All right. It's a 100% free guitar tone. Wow. And that is with this right here, this little badass genius. This is the L12X. What I would actually like to do is turn the... Wow, that sounds great. That sounds great. That sounds, yeah, it sounds so good for a free tone. So that's the X drive right here. And this thing sounds, as you guys are aware, it sounds really fucking good. And it's, I don't even have the oversampling up high or nothing like that. All right. Next. Here we are. We're back at the L12X. And then last, again, free cab section. Couple resizing options. That's cool. Small. It's small. That's the middle one. That's the big one. Oh, God. What's that? You gonna bring back... Can you bring back ice cream? I need some half. I know I just went shopping, but they didn't have Ben and Jerry's at that place. You understand? Take the 5. No, take the 5. Take the 5 out of my pocket. All right. I'm trying to sell her on bringing me some Ben and Jerry's. Why? Well, because I want some. Remember that time the guy said the L12X couldn't do metal? Yeah. You're dumb. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Am I going to get, like, banned? Am I going to get banned for calling somebody dumb? On Facebook, you can get, like, you're going to wear a ban for calling somebody dumb. I have a hard time not calling people, you know, just calling it what it is. We're going to use the emissary here for a sec. And again, this is another fantastical. Whoops. Bring that back. Wait a minute. What am I doing here? Nope. I can do better. I can do way better than that. All right. They also have a back panel, and back in the old school. I'm gonna go to the KT88s because that I like that too. I just love it. All right, we're gonna go back. That's beefy. All right, hold on. We're gonna bring that back a little bit so I'm not crushing on it. Oh, no harmonics. I'm using the big boy today. Check this motherfucker out. This is the Psycho Shredder by VPix. If you've never used one of these, I highly suggest that you buy one just for the fun of it. It looks like, how the fuck are you going to play guitar with that? But then after you do play guitar with it for maybe like a week, you're like, damn, this thing is actually, I get it. For anything metal, anything alternate picking, sweet picking, holy lord, anything like that, this is like, it's just a superb. It's absolutely awesome. And no, they don't support the channel or anything like that. I just think it rips. Yeah. It sounds awesome. And so that's the Emissary. If you've never heard of or used the Emissary, where you been? If you're brand new, then if you're brand new to Amp Sims, this is where you need to park your car. You need to go get these two right here, the Audiority L12X, and you need to go get this as well for free. This is the Ignite Amps Emissary. It also comes with this nice little impulse response loader here. That it's currently loaded up with a rectifier cabinet, just for later maybe. I prepared for everything today. Now we're gonna try this with the old school recto from the Lecto. We're gonna try this as well. See if we can get a really nice rectifier vibe through this whole thing right here. Hold up. All right, let's check this out. Let me go to modern. We're gonna get drive going and bring that back. That back, bring that up, bring this back. Like I said, it's finally, after what, like 15 years? How old is this plugin? I think it's got to be at least, bare minimum, 13 years old. And it still can put up a bit of a fight. But I got to say that next to all these beefy boys, this one's actually starting to lose some steam. The hybrid, never been better. And a few of the other ones, never been better. But finally, the market has kind of started to kind of put the Lecto here into the coffin. That being said, there still isn't another free rectifier out there that beats this one. So if you want a free rectifier, this is your bag. Just know that it's probably starting to lag behind the pack just a tiny pinch. All right, let's get rid of her. What we got here? I have good old Lapoo. Indeed. Catching in late. Happy Enhanced Friday, everyone. God damn, I'm not nearly enhanced enough. And that will be, we are going to be taking a break for about 2.5, 3 minutes on, in about 7 minutes. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back for the second hour of the program here, and we're going to give her. And we're going to have some fun with some more rectos. Talk about rectifiers a little bit. Is the Ramfire, here's an interesting question. Is the Rammstein Ramfire, which is actually was with Guitar Rig, is that still compatible? Did they like, you know, like Amplitude did with all their old stuff? They gave it all like a facelift. Does that still play? Did they do the same thing? I haven't looked up the new Guitar Rig really. I watched some demos and I kind of farted around a little bit with the free trial, and it's gonna be a no from me, dog. But I mean, that was one of the only good sounding things in it. So Ramfire was actually awesome. It was the only thing in Guitar Rig that was like, it was like turd, and more turds, and that's more turds. That one sucks. This one, no turd. Kind of a turd, not much of a turd. And then boom, and it's like, holy shit, this sounds amazing. It was like night and day. It wasn't even close. It didn't even sound like it was part of the same plugin. It was actually sounded that much better. That being said, it's been like, it's got to be like, what, 10 years since I've even put hands on that plugin. I think it's got to be somewhere around there now. And I really wish that they would do something else, do something different. They could make a fortune off of a plugin. Oh, well, how about this? Archetype Rammstein. Whoa. Wouldn't that be cool? That one, I would be one of those kids that was just like foaming at the mouth for that release. I would absolutely buy that. And that wouldn't surprise me in the least bit that if they did that. It seems like an artist that's reachable for Neural DSP. They're guitarists anyways. I think they could do it. Let's do it. Come on. Neural DSP, if you're not listening, I guarantee you won't see the stream, but someone next time on behalf of me, maybe next time I see the silhouette, I'll start throwing out Archetype Rammstein. I guarantee somebody's done it in the past. That's okay. Okay, now let's get rid of that and that for now. Now we're going to go back to the SUITE REV F and kind of tinker around with this a little bit more. And then we'll go back and we'll try some of the other stuff again. Kind of keep it... yeah, that would be really cool. That would give me like a... Oh, really? Oh, yeah? Fuck yeah. Like, I'm refreshed immediately on the archetypes. I'm not going to say they're getting a little snoozy. It's just been a while since they did an artist that I was like super interested in. And like I said, there is whether you want to admit it or not, there's overlap, and there's a lot of overlap in the archetypes. So I think like that instead of another archetype, they should do a host plugin where you can, like, if you own the archetypes, it separates it into like little pieces for you. You can do that. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like that. I'd be down. I've never played that song, but give me a break. Actually, I forgot that Nevermore. Actually, they also play in B flat. That's a great tuning. I'm realizing it now, as I've just put a guitar in B flat for fun. I've never done it before, and it's a nice tuning on a 6 string. It is a nice tuning on a drop 6. And I'm not a big fan of 7s. I know everyone's like, duh, that's just like drop tuning a 7 string like half step. I know. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm aware. I know. It's all right. But I like drop 6s ornate. I don't like 7s for some reason. I like the feeling of a big fat 8 string, but I also just prefer like I don't know. What's wrong? I like my 6 strings. I don't like 5-string basses much either. I don't know, but I've never played a 6-string bass, so and I don't think I want to get. I don't have the hands for that. They have Dave Mustaine and the guys from Steel Panther doing ads for NDSP. Definitely. I would put my money. I would put Dave Mustaine would not shed. Sorry, he would not. Sorry, he would not spend more than a second thinking about that. I think that they would probably just smash that for sure. They would definitely do an archetype Megadeth. That would be really cool because they've been using the quad cortex for a while and all that. Who do you think the new Megadeth guitar player, full-time guitar player, is going to be? I know it's the guy from Winter Sun right now. I mean, I know that, hey, Yari and the band, they must be working real hard on that new, was it Time 2? Boy, I would love to go in. If I was going to try to make some waves, that is definitely something I'd go in on. Remember when they took wasn't it like $1 million or something like that and built a studio and a sauna? And that was like, what was that, 5 years ago? Where's the album, boys? Where's the album? I don't think Marty Friedman will do it. I think at this point I've read the same sentiment from a lot of really serious Megadeth fans. And they basically are under the thing like, Marty is too old and he's got too much fucking money to deal with Dave Mustaine at this point in his life. And Dave doesn't want a guy that doesn't listen either. Like I don't think that's I would love to see that happen, but I just can't see it happening. I can't see it. Yes, that's where my money is at, is Jeff Loomis. The very recently unemployed and completely open Jeff Loomis. I would imagine that at least 2 or 3 bands have probably come at him already, even like, hey man, what are you up to? But remember, Jeff Loomis was almost in Megadeth once, and I think Dave Mustaine, he told Dave Mustaine no, right? So I think maybe Dave has always had this like, geez, man, I really want to get this guy in my band. Sorry. That's not how Dave Mustaine talks in real life. Yeah, and Dave Mustaine doesn't use rectifiers. Can you imagine that nonsense? However, Dave Mustaine's rig during, I know it's because nothing to do with rectifiers. I threw this at Igor Imbrini a long time back. And I was like, hey man, since you're doing these preamps now, what do you think about doing a Dave Mustaine kind of thing going? Because he had this VHT power amp, and he had it running with, what was it? Like a Bogner something or other? Was there a Bogner unit of some kind? And man, his tone on Symphony was just incredible. Or Countdown, rather. Yeah, I'm all in. Thank you again so much to WAVEMIND and for sending this over for myself and also for the team. They were nice enough to share, kind of hook us all up here. And that's great. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate you, and we really appreciate this plugin. With that being said, I'm not saying that the X drive is going to make another appearance today, but the amp SUITE REV F has gotten the first hour of the stream, and the next hour is going to be dedicated to just a little bit of everything else. I'm going to showcase a few of the other rectifiers I really enjoy and that the team has recommended that we showcase today. And I will be back. Give me 3 minutes, 2 minutes tops. Everybody take a beverage break. Take a smoke break, take a pee break, whatever you got to do. Probably not going to time to rip a deuce, but hey, I don't know. Maybe depending on what kind of a pooper you are. Yeah, we went there. All right, guys, I'll be back in 1 minute. Hi. Man, I've had the best songs, just the two best songs in my head all day, and it felt great. And then after actually the three, not the other one was not the best song, but it's funny. Why do I feel like? Hang on. Okay, I thought for a sec, for whatever reason, my headphones just sounded kind of weird there. All right, so we have seen this, we have seen it, we have heard it, and I'm glowing over this thing. This is awesome. If you've never tried it, if you have yet to try it, They've got a pretty sweet low price on it as well. And that's the other thing I love that he said. He's like, the idea here, this is a hobby for him, by the way. So the idea here for him is to do this and do it affordably as well, which is super cool. Really, really cool. So I love that. He's like, he noted like he's going to try to do all this bucket list gear and he wants to do it affordably. Man, cheers. Cheers to you and cheers to WAVEMIND and cheers to them and congrats on their introductory paid release. It will be worth every single solitary cent that you spend on it. I highly, highly recommend this, and this is certainly not the last you will be hearing of the WAVEMIND, the WAVEMIND Amp Suite Rev F. All right, with that, on the second portion, the second hour, away she goes, and we're going to get into some other stuff here. Now, what are we getting into today? Well, we also got, I'm going to get these out of the way as well, because it's kind of, it's obviously clutter madness. There's somebody out there looking at this going, Jesus, I want to fix that. I just can't look at what you're doing right now, dude. And I respect you, because I look at some other people's single chains going, what the fuck is happening right now? I saw a really dumb video. I'm not going to say, I wasn't sure if it was dumb. It's just, I'm not going to call it dumb. I'm saying that I saw someone trying to showcase an innovative guitar technique. And if Manuel's still in the stream and Eddie's still in the stream, you guys will know which one I'm talking about. The video I shared in the group chat this week. I'm not going to call anybody out. I guess I could call out Nick Jonas, but I'm not going to call anybody out. It's just usually kind of a weird, almost needless looking technique that could have been completely avoided and fixed by using a tuning that could be backed up by a bass guitar. I'm sorry, but if you're tuning a guitar so low that you can't have a bass accompanying the low end, it's too low and it's pointless. You're taking all the low end of the music. Bah, old man, get off my fucking lawn. In the second portion, I'm also going to use a different pick, I think. I'm going to go back to my V-Picks Johnny Highland for this one, because I'm going to intend to be a little bit more versatile here. Need some optimization. For whatever reason, they put this fucking heart in the way, and I can't see all the comments. Get the heart out. Get it out. The UI, by the way, Bo, the UI, he changed it. He just put out an update today, and the UI is completely optimized. It's he's done a full vector UI scenario, resizable. It looks terrific, and it operates really nicely. It does, and he also solved the. I'm not sure if you caught that part either, but he solved the CPU issues as well. He cut them in half with the update. So do the update. I'll get you. We'll get you taken care of with that. We'll get you an activation for that, so you can get the full deal. As he was nice enough to give us a bunch for the team here. So thank you once again. And moving along. For now, we'll be back probably. I think that this X drive, I hate to say it, I know that the Forte Boost 22 is probably not going to live in my chain, but this X drive pedal here is going to live. A Green Reaper up there. I hate to say it, Green Reaper, but you've got some competition right now. Green Reaper's got some competition. I think I might be using this bad boy here and for all my Tube Screamer needs for just a little bit. Not to say that Green Reaper's not amazing and not saying this is better, but for a free option, this might probably the best free Tube Screamer I've used. There are a lot of free Tube Screamers, and they're all really so many good ones too. So it's really tough to say. All right. So next, amplification rectifier. I'm going to nuke the chain. No, wait. Let's not nuke the chain just yet. Let's get the X drive involved, and then I will bypass if necessary. So I'm going to get that stuff clutter out of the way, and we'll have this little, hey, how's it going, little buddy? And then we got this bad boy right here. That was a bad whistle. It's okay. All right, cool. Close back 412. Yeah, we want that. Roadster, I don't want that. I want another close back. Ooh, they've got a halfback as well. But I think for this one, I'm just going to go 100% to the one side for now. And I don't see a 57, and I'd like one. So I'm going to go there as well. I'm going to go right about here. And the 421 can get dialed in. It's in a nice spot as it is, and we'll dial it in as we need to. So if you've never seen a Kawasa plugin before, this is going to be a bit of a different bird for you. You're just going to be wondering, like, what's going on with this? I don't understand the type and what's going on. Why there's what's going on here? Okay, now typically with the Kawasa plugins, for some of them they go with different amps. So amp A, B, and C will, for example, in amplification Caliburn is 3 different types of Marshalls. In this case, I believe it's 3 different. I think it's a dual rec. I think there's a triple rec in here. Maybe I have to go and look. However, I actually know that's not the case with this one, is it? I think it's this one and amplification. No, it's this one is just a rectifier. That's right. It's just all 1 amp. So, and then they've got the voicings here. That's right. I had to kind of find my abouts there for a second, but we got there. We got there. Fucking leave me alone. So I'm going to bypass, and we're going to get a bit of a beefy balls tone going here. And I want to bring in my room verb in a minute. I mean, I kind of want it. And we'll see. Okay. So we're going to go to the different types. So the clean channel. And we're going to kind of stick with the dead red for now. And we're going to go with let's see where we're at. We're like, oh, okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. And now that's where these control panels kind of come in. The way they model things is they kind of condense, and they do things. They're basically, some developers kind of choose the way that they'd like the controls. They go with a more standard. Now, sometimes that might give you a bit of a kind of a, maybe it's a profile feeling. I don't know. Does everything sound good at 5? I'm not sure. Well, in this case, the controls have been condensed, and they really do have their own way of doing things, but they really do model everything from analog. These guys are, truthfully, very, very gifted company based in Indonesia. Some of the nicest guys on the planet. And yeah, one of the coolest companies you'll ever see out there. Some really cool stuff if you want to check it out. And I kind of want to moisten that up a little bit. So I want my room verb, just so you know that that's in the chain to give things just a bit of a room feel. I like that because it's just so terribly dry. And now we're going to kind of see what we can do for... Not so bad. Not so bad. Now, is that one of the best rectifiers on the market? I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying that this is a company that they do high quality stuff. Now, what I'm going to say is, like, I'm kind of also, you're kind of learning the control panel on the fly. Now, it's not going to, it doesn't represent the way that I know that a rectifier dials in. So that being said, when it comes to the authenticity, realism, it's going to get less marks for me. But that's not to say that you can't get to where you need to get to kind of where you need to go with the control panel if you kind of, just do some tweaking and get, kind of get where you go eventually. What I would like to do, though, is I'd like to just turn this cab off. Yeah. Turn the cab off. Away she goes. I thought there used to be a way to do that up here, I thought. But I guess not. So we're going to turn the cab off, and we're going to use that WAVEMIND. Did I take it out of the... I took it out, didn't I? I did. That's okay. We're going to go WAVEMIND, and there it is right there. Boop. I want to see what this sounds like with the WAVEMIND cabinet, because this is exactly, typically I don't like to kind of do, I kind of like to do my own thing anyway. So, ooh, that's loud. And right away, I'm already getting way better tone already. Now I'm already getting way closer to where I want to go. The mids, it's off there too. Still sounds pretty good. Now this one's going to give you more of the tones you're going to be looking for like the rock side and the heavier hard rock side, that the kind of thing, the skate punk, all that's going to get way better with this. But when it comes to like the metal side of it, it doesn't really feel quite as tight as some of the other options available, but it's kind of a fun one to have around. Go and check out Kawasa, because their 5150 is pretty awesome. Their Vox is really cool. Their Fender kind of trio is nice. And they've got some other processing plugins and pedal plugins that you'd probably be interested in, so check them out. They didn't sponsor anything. Again, nothing on this you'll ever see on any of the streams here is ever sponsored. Well, unless you want Sit Strings, of course. Thanks so much, Sit Strings. That is definitely sponsored. But when it comes to plugins, nothing is ever sponsored. We don't do sponsored content, no paid positive content, nothing fluffy here. We only promote stuff that we really believe in. So in this case, Kawasa is a company I very much believe in, even if this particular product isn't going to be bang on authenticity wise. So check out their Marshall, aka Caliburn, and a number of other things that they have to offer. So away she goes. She's going to get the boot. Boom. See you later. Sorry about that. Now, I'm going to really like to get into this Josh Middleton plugin. And we don't need the X Drive pedal for a little bit. Now, if you're not familiar, this is tonality. Sometimes it takes me a second to get all the series names and the franchise names all in one place in there. All right. If you've never heard of the Tonality series, you're probably new to this, and that's okay. If you are new to this, once again, it's so small. It's so tiny. I can't see it. Oh, God. I need a bigger monitor for these failing eyes. Oh, God, my bubbles don't... The goggle's not working. Okay. All right, so this is kind of loud. Calm down, music in the background. Yes, I'm bringing the guitar up. Calm down. It's coming. Which one? Yep. Yeah. I think he was already very much on it, just by, you remember I sent that little blurb from him even when I had contacted him to test it. He was very vocal immediately in his response by saying, hey man, thank you so much. He actually, the other thing that was cool is he remembered on his Stamp reviews, he said he was a fan. So, yeah, so that was nice. And so yeah, he had said even before I tested it that, hey, heads up, I'm dealing with some stuff right now, and it just so happened that like immediately he just happened to, the timing wise it worked out. I don't think it was just like snippety snap. He just cut the CPU in half based on our recommendation. It was more like he was already working on it, and it just happened to time really well that he got it fixed before today, and we tested it out. So that's super cool. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, Middleton is sick. It really is. So we're going to go over to this channel over here. Yeah, we're listening. If you've never heard Macabre, boy, oh boy, you should go there immediately. Macabre is a great band. Listen to the album Dahmer. Superb. It's chronological order, Jeffrey Dahmer's life, and it is done by some very, very eccentric sounding gentlemen. All right, this is typically how I'm going to set something up here. That's loud. It's going to be loud, isn't it? Yep, and we need a pedal. Random mystery pedals, we'll call it. All right. All right, what do we got going here? What do we got going on? I'm getting a little bit slow. I'm getting a little, not slow, but I'm slowing down a little bit. Not for obvious reasons. It's been a long day, boys. It's been a long fucking day. I'm telling you, man, it was just nothing bad happened. It was just a day that really sucked a lot out of my patience and my energy. And so we are here, and I'm giving you everything I got left in the tank. Come on, let's go. I know that's not how it's played. I just sort of made my own part up between the two parts because the one part's really cool and I didn't want to do the harmonics. So I just sort of just did something else. You're like, how dare you? Well, I just felt like it. This is how things happen. This is how I learned how to play songs incorrectly. And then I don't know. I have no idea where I am. Yeah. Such a good fucking song, though. If you never heard World of Shit, man, could put that on the background, but it's a major label. It's a major label song, so I'll probably get nuked for that. So let's not do that. I kind of wanted to put it on though. But wow, what a song! It sounds great. Superb. Let's bring that up a bit now. I think we can get it tighter. We can get that tighter. What do we got going on here in the cabs section? All right, we got a 57, a 421. Do we have? Yeah, we do. All right, cool. No. Yeah, I don't know. What else we got? That's really all you need. You go with another. Yeah. I'm going to move it a little bit over. And yeah, maybe. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that's definitely what's going on. Well, again, like it's such a big, bold amp that using it for really technical death metal just never really seemed like the vibe for me. I'm giving it, trying to give it that. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. That was... Now, this is a Rammstein machine. That's what I should have been doing all along. Also, why doesn't... How low do they play? They don't seem to like... A lot of their songs seem to be like an E and E flat. Maybe the lowest is like D. Can you imagine how fucking heavy... Just if they fucked with people, If how heavy they'd be if they played in like in B. Oh my God. They did. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just really hard to control those amps. It's a really tough. I would be really. Can you find me a video or anything at all on how those guys might set up their rectifiers? That would be amazing. In fact, like that's really something special is that we could do is find all like just find settings on basically any amp. You know what I mean? And then create presets based on that just to have them for streams even. That'd be nice. No mids allowed. Yeah, I mean I know you hate mids. Hold on, let's dial them back. This is yeah, I know. Isn't that Creed? What if I will? If you've never seen Creed Shreds, we'll watch it together again someday, I promise. We did that on a stream. Fuck, Creed Shreds. Oh my God. 1000 yes sayas. If you've never seen it, go watch Creed Shreds 1000 yes sayas. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Just who cares? Take a break from this stream, go immediately watch that and come back. And I'll still be here, I promise. Okay, this song has a funny story. This is Sonata Arctica performing a song by a Canadian artist named Bryan Adams, who you guys obviously know from a few different songs, but you guys know him from like one, maybe two songs, but up here, the man is played into the ground and his entire discography is played often. Now, Run to You is amazing. It's an amazing song. So one day, we didn't know this existed. And so one day we looked up what the missus and I like to do is we like to go on Spotify and then we like to look up a song, just a song title that is popular that we think might have some covers out there. And we just listen to all the covers that we can of that song just to see who done it best. And like maybe somebody did it better, you know? And this is factually my favorite Bryan Adams song. It's a song that no matter how many times I hear it, I never tire of hearing it. It's just, I can hear it on the radio every morning. It would give me a fuck yeah kind of vibe. And if I didn't think I'd get nuked for it, I'd put that on as well. But now we're going through it and we happen to see I'm sitting here and I actually had to pause before telling the missus who was standing in the kitchen. I'm like, so Sonata Arctica covered fucking Run to You? And then ever since then, like, we couldn't believe our ears. We couldn't believe it's just was one of the most interesting little coincidences. And I wanted to share that story with you guys for sure. So if you've never heard it, check out Sonata Arctica Run to You, and then listen to the original by Bryan Adams and tell me what you think. But yeah, anyways, Creed 1000 yes yes. We were talking about to this day, I heard that thing fucking like it's got to be like what? It's got to be 10 plus years ago it came out. Every single solitary time I've ever met or heard of someone named Joseph, immediately I went Joseph, and it's never ended. It's a trigger. It's a mental trigger. I have these weird mental triggers that when something happens, I just react in a certain way, and it's weird. Maybe we all do this, but I have these like almost like it's like I've been hypnotized into thinking it. And now every single solitary time I've met someone named Joseph, I've had to hold a straight face because because of that 1000 yes sayas video. And every time someone has ever told me that it's too bright outside, every time, I can't see because the light too bright. Okay, you guys got to watch it. I'm going off the rails here. Immortal Shreds is pretty fucking funny too. But you could just watch normal Immortal live and it would just be like, we watched the live show of just Abbott, not Immortal, and both the missus and I were sitting there like, number of times, I can't even count how many times we were like, what the hell is he doing? Is that a damn, what are you doing, the damn crab walk? What's going on right now? So yeah, I mean, I am admittedly a huge Abbott and Immortal fan though. I find him hysterical. He is one of the most interesting human beings out there. I think he is that if you've never heard, by the way, if you've never heard Abbott play in his Motorhead tribute band, I think they're called Bombers. You got to go look it up. It's on YouTube. Also amazing. If you ever watch him do Lemmy, it's perfect. Like, it's perfect. So you got to check that out as well. All right. So getting back to it, this is STL Tonalities, Josh Middleton. Also, amazing rectifier. We're talking about a lot of bands that don't use rectifiers, but let's talk about some that do. For me, where I got started with the rectifier, and I've told this story a billion times, and anybody that's on the team here understands this, that they probably know this story word for word at this point. But for me, I grew up in the skate punk scene. That was where I first started playing in bands, was in the 90s skate punk era, and I started playing in bands in 1992. And I haven't stopped playing music since, but one of the very first amps that ever caught my eye and made me want for it so badly was when I first saw a band called Strung Out. When they came here and they were both using these diamond plated amps, and I couldn't take my eyes off these fucking amps. And after that, I got obsessed with rectifiers, and it never, ever changed. And it's always been it's always been very interesting, rather, to see how bands, both local and friends of mine, I've had a chance to play on just like a billion rectifiers. It was like a thing here in where I'm from, where one band that was very popular, they got rectifiers, and then a lot of other local bands followed suit, and a local music store started carrying Mesa-Boogie stuff, and before we knew it, there was a lot of them kicking around, and I had a chance to play on a lot of them. So I've only ever owned one for a very short period before somebody offered me a really amazing trade for it, but otherwise, I knew it wasn't an amp for me though. I knew I didn't want to own it because just a number of reasons why I didn't really find the need to own one. So yeah. Wow, that's just so beefy, so ballsy. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments, now that you've heard this new WaveMind plugin, what is the best rectifier out there going right now? What's going on? You guys tell me, what's the best rectifier out there? Is it the Mesa-Boogie Rectifier? Is it right here in the STL Tonality Josh Middleton? Is it the new WaveMind plugin? To me, I think they're all really high quality, and I think that if you're a rectifier fanatic, like myself and a lot of other people, I say you should, any amp, doesn't matter if it's a rectifier or anything. If there's a particular analog amp that you really, really like, and you just don't you can't find the money to own one, or you don't have the need for one. Like, there are a lot of people that just don't require an analog amplifier around the house, or in their collection. You don't play in a band, you just don't want one. But say there are amps out there that you really, really love. My suggestion is buy every plugin that's based on that amp that is a high quality offering. Buy them all. I'm not saying all high, at full price. Wait for sales, do your sniping. You can make it happen for a lot less than you might think. And then having a lot of takes on your favorite amps is not a bad thing as a plugin collector. And at this point, let's be honest, we're all collectors, are we not? At this point, if you've been doing this for 2 or 3 years or 5 years or 10, in my case, almost 15, you've amassed and you've tried a billion different amp sims, and you own a billion different amp sims. And some people might think, okay, I've got a few, I've got what I need, that's fine. But for collectors, hey, I honestly feel like you should just buy every take on every cool amp, anything that you think is cool, because it's a lot cheaper than going after, say the real things, right? I don't know how I can get less mids, fewer mids in here for you, buddy. Pardon me. What a day. What a weekend it's going to be. A weekend of food. Man, that's the other thing we're going to end up talking about a lot on here. If you've never been around here, by the way, let's see if he's still in here. I noticed we have a few people in here. That's pretty rad. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one of you. Pedro, by the way, if you're still around, I neglected to tell you how to collect. My throat is almost burned here. How to collect your plugin, by the way, is just message me here at the page and I will make sure that you get taken care of. I have the license code for you, sir, for the, pardon me, for the Aurora DSP Laney Ironheart. I went and checked out, and it seems that the orange channel, interesting, orange channel, entirely possible. Hold on. Let's see what we can do here. And this is Russkaya in the background. I fucking love this band. Holy cow, do I love this band. If you've never heard Russkaya, Russkaja, man, amazing band. Man, that sounds awesome too. Let's keep her going. Oh. That sounds rad. Wow, that sounds terrific. Yeah, just go to our page and you'll hit just message just message the page. I'll get you taken care of, buddy. So yeah, how's your Friday going? My Friday is amazing. And gosh, is it ever nice. Ever since I finally got a nice big ass frame for my Bloodsport poster that I've had for a while. It's a gigantic movie size Bloodsport, probably my favorite movie of all time, or one of them, and it's right in front of me. It's just really nice to be able to look up at it. It's just super cool. They got the lights shining at me. It's a nice feel. It's a good feel to have my environment here finally so comfortable that I could just feel like more like creating. Now, that being said, I need to start doing streams where I'm going to stand. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work. I really want to stop. I want to start doing standing streams, or where I got some sort of a stool where I can stay, like it's kind of an up or a down. I see I've seen it before, and I'm really comfortable as I've spent I know there are a lot of, and I'm going to call you out. I know there's one for sure that I could tell, but there are a lot of YouTubers and streamers and Instagram shredders that just are not comfortable playing standing up. Me, I'm more comfortable standing playing a guitar than I am sitting. Much more. And I've spent most of my life has been standing playing a guitar, or standing around waiting to play guitar, or standing around writing a song. And And so I feel really comfortable, but it's been a while since I stood and played guitar. So I kind of want to get back to it. So I think that maybe tomorrow I might play with that a little bit and try it out and have an option where I can kind of sit or stand. And I don't know, it doesn't really seem like it's going to take much of an adjustment. You guys will just seem a little bit higher in the environment here. So I don't need any info, my friend. Just say hello so I have your contact, and just say hello. It's Pedro, and I will make sure that I get right back to you with just fire this activation number. And if all you're going to need to do is install the plugin, and then you'll be able to use this code, and it'll be bang, 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 no problem. Yeah, and just think, as I hate to say it out loud, but boys, I'm fucking 45 years old. My back is actually in probably better shape than it's ever been in, because in my youth, I played a lot of hockey. I was a goalie, hockey goalie, rather. For some people, they don't really know what that is. If you're from somewhere else, we do ice hockey in Canada a lot. And so I'll call it an ice hockey goalie because I wasn't playing field hockey. So yeah, that plus a lot of sports and not a lot of drinking water. There was a lot of softball, a lot of diving for stuff. And it was wear and tear, a lot of wear and tear on my back. Whereas then I started doing jiu-jitsu and MMA, and my back got much better. All my joints felt stronger. And I don't do that very often or anything like that anymore, or at all. But my back still feels pretty good in comparison to how it did when I was younger. So, however, that's my main reasoning for wanting to stand up and play, is so that I don't just sit like a lump in a chair all the time. However, depends on the day. Get some more top end out of that. Where's the gain at? Oh, it's dimed. Dimed! Nice. Yeah, it's been a good day today, though. Like I said, the work was tiresome, but I mean, it's nice to come home and chug on some cool amps and whatnot. This, as you're seeing, a very good rectifier, and this was STL Tonality Josh Middleton. You can get it in a 14-day free trial. Pardon me. And it is unbelievable. Hey, look at this. In the background is my favorite rectifier. One of my favorite rectifier tones all time. Here it is. Let's check these guys out. This is no use for a name. This would be the band that really I think of almost first when I think of Mesa-Boogie Dual Rectifiers. And these guys are just rectifiers. No pedals. Nothing. Pretty sweet. It's like I can remember seeing them a number of times where it was just literally a rectifier and the single button foot switch that kind of popped out from the back. That was it. Yeah. For me, if you ever see me put my guitar into classical position, some shit's about to go down. It might not be good, but some shit's about to go down. I'll tell you that. I'm about to attempt something that I don't usually do. I used to play almost all casual. I used to play almost all classical, and I still would. But the problem is sitting in a chair and playing classical. I kind of have to sit. Let's try it. I have to kind of sit towards like the edge of the chair. Let's see if this actually helps a little bit. No, I gotta put my foot. Yeah, I gotta put my foot on something over here. I'm gonna have to put my foot on something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm like way out of the frame now. I'm kind of out of the frame. That is, I can actually just, I'll message, I can't speak right now. I will message you, my friend. We will message you. Make it easier for you. Man, this video is something else. If you've... Whoa, boy. As you can see here, this band is called Samargal. And this video is kind of, it's like poppy corpse paint. I don't know what to tell you. It's weird, but it stuck around because it's got a catchy tune. All right, let's get rid of this, as we are almost ready to wrap it up. Only not quite. Okay, let's get rid of that. And if you're curious, I've been running a basic free, this is a free plugin that you can use right now. And it's just, I use it for a very, like you can see, 6% on the wet to dry. And it is a very, very tiny amount of just to kind of moisten the things up and not, so you're not hearing just a dry DI signal. If you're curious, sometimes I'll turn it on and off, but really that's just so you guys know in the comments. I like to be very transparent what's happening in my signal chain, just so that you guys know exactly what you're buying or downloading, etc. Yeah, so let's do that. Now, this is a gooder. This one's a gooder. This is the amp box, and this is the Recto Fire. Pardon me. This is from Mercurial Audio. And why is it so huge? I didn't think you could resize this one. Anyways. Now. I'm going to make sure there's nothing else going on in there. And then I'm going to get into the cabinet. I'm going to go to IR instead. And got a few different options here. I'm going to go with just a basic Mesa. Goes 57 balanced. Perfect. Now for an overdrive, we'll get there. It's a bit loud still. Let's do it. Okay. This is going to be our last rectifier of the day. And it's a good one. This is probably still going to be my top 2. Top 3. My top 3 now includes the WAVEMIND, of course. Oops, I'm on the wrong channel. I'm gonna take the mids out for Manuel. See where we end up. That needs a bit of a boost. Sounds pretty strong. Manuel, what did you think of this one? You're not dumb. No, you're not dumb, my friend. It's just if you wanted to, if you go to our page, there should be a section that just says message. You hit that, and it's on Facebook here. No problem. And that'll get to us. You're definitely, I don't like, I can call myself dumb. That's no problem, but I don't like what other people call themselves dumb. Not on my account, sir. Not going to happen. Another great song in the background. Man, there's bangers on this playlist coming out that I haven't heard a little bit on stream. That's great. Trial is long past for me. Of which one? Bo, sorry, I'm just making it back to this. Yeah, my vocals are quite loud, and the amp is quite low. I'm aware. Sorry, buddy. This is a bit. There you are. A little bit better. Let's go to modern. Oops, wrong channel. Oops, let's get back to that. Hold on. I'm not thinking on my feet currently. I would almost be willing to say at this point that I think, you know, also the master is really low. Sorry, buddy. There we are. Could punch you in the face now. It's gonna punch ya. I gotta say it. I think the WAVEMIND enters the top 3 at number 2 here. I think it's gonna battle with Middleton as it goes. I don't know. I had a couple of presets for this that are pretty strong, but I mean, man, geez, that's pretty cool. I gotta say, that's pretty neat to have something walk in. Also notable is the Membrini Audio, Cali Dual. Sorry, and there's also the Cali Reverb as well. You guys can check those out. And there's definitely not bad options either. I'm just kind of feeling out all these options, and man, I mean, WAVEMIND coming into things pretty hot here. Augie, it's on fire over here. Now we definitely need a boost. So we gotta get a boost in there. It's not gonna be that. Tell you what. Get out of there, Metal Zone. You're not welcome here. Not right now. However, you guys know aren't hang on, give me a second here. We're gonna turn this cabinet off. I kind of want to I want to try something here. Oh my gosh! I just about spiked everyone right in the face. I had to test it first. I knew there was going to be an issue. All right. Wow, that just reacted not at all the way I thought things were going to react. All right. Wow, that was very interesting. It's a good thing I didn't slap on that. Gosh. That's got an interesting reaction. I didn't do anything wrong there. Weird. All right, let's go back to the plugin. I just wanted to try something because it kind of seemed to have an effect on the last portion. So, kind of got deer in the headlights there, eh? Definitely trial it. You didn't quite enjoy the 5153 sim. I thought it was pretty terrific. I like that there are 2 different versions of the amp in there. I think it still needs tweakage. I think are tweaks that are going to be necessary here for amp box. I think that Mercurial Audio still makes some of the best stuff in the business. And I've gotten some pretty mean tones out of this in the past with this exact guitar. I'll just today, for some reason, it's escaping me. That happens from time to time. But we are coming up on that 2-hour frame, folks. And I definitely have to get along in the evening. Thanks so much to WAVEMIND for their contributions and helping us, to kind of keep things moving, keep content moving, and again the nice refreshment. It was wonderful, and I look forward to everything else that WAVEMIND has coming up in the future. We'll definitely be doing more on their stuff. You will be seeing that free tube screamer in the 808X there in my chain from now on, pretty much, and I'll be using that rectifier. Again, probably sometime in the stream this weekend. Maybe we'll do some like Rammstein tone talk. Hey, that would be fun. Basically, like, just go after it, you know? So, with that, my challenge for you, and I'm trying not to sneeze here. My challenge for you guys is to go and check out the freeware from WAVEMIND. You'll need an account there, and that's not a big deal. Get an account and grab their freeware. That's my challenge. Get over there, check out WAVEMIND, and all the freeware that they have available. I think there are 3 plugins, and more freeware, the better. don't ever not download and try any freeware that kind of falls anywhere near your wheelhouse, because man, you never know when you're going to find a hidden gem. Even if it's something that's like 5+ years old, you never know when you're going to find something that just like sings to you. I've found old plugins that, man, you never know. Like the Mercurial Audio stuff is technically, I guess, probably a decade old now, and it still all really pulls together. So that's my challenge for you. Go out and check out the WaveMind freeware. I will be here tomorrow. I will be doing a Fuse Audio Lab developer rundown. I believe Ray might be joining us for a little bit, and we are going to be checking out his new reverb, his new reverb plugin over there. We're going to be checking that out and some other things as well. So if it seems like your thing, I'm going to be pulling up multiple Telecasters. I love Telecasters plus cleans. There'll be a little bit of surf, be a little bit of blues, a little bit of country, a little bit of a whole bunch of stuff. So come back and see us tomorrow. There'll be something up on the Facebook as to, oh yeah, geez, Pedro, gosh, I'm the dumb one. I just put 2 and 2 together. I'm so used to streaming on Facebook that I thought we were on Facebook for a second then. It's just like, it forced to happen. There's been like 3 or 4 different times throughout streams where I've been like, oh my gosh, I'm not on Facebook anymore. So yeah, please message our page on Facebook. That would be exactly what I was trying to tell you to do. I'm the dumb one. I'm sorry. So with that, I will leave you guys. I can't wait to go and cook some delicious breakfast for dinner. You guys go have fun. Go sleep, Manuel. Geez, I don't even know what fucking time it must be there. Have a great snooze, everybody, depending on where you're at. Have a great evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Sunday, there will be no streams. No streams Sunday. This is all for football. Only football on Sunday. So Saturday, I'm going to try to get a deuce in tomorrow, and should be fun. We're going to have some prizes to give away as well. So see you guys then. Cheers.